Hey guys, welcome to the Frack and Friend Show. I believe this is episode 20, maybe 19. I don't know. We're starting to lose count here. We have our guest, who really isn't much of a guest. She's really my co-host. Her name is Denise, and she's from Monday Cinema Club. Hello, Denise.
Hey, Frack. How's it going, my man?
Oh, it's going. It's been a busy couple weeks for both of us. Not a lot of time to have extracurricular activities or an activity.
I've been missing our convos, man. I've been missing our convos.
Life has not been the same without these convos every week. I'm going to be honest with you here. I was telling someone the other day, they said, why don't you do it, solo? And I said, you don't understand. I need Denise.
Oh,
I just need Denise.
You're making me blush here, Frack. You're making me blush here, man. I appreciate that, and I always love coming on here. You know that. So whenever I can, I will. Don't worry.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's like these convos are things I look forward to every week because there's always something to talk about. And there's a lot to talk about that's just been happening for both of us and things that are going on. But just to start off, the last 3 episodes, maybe 4 episodes, since the last 3 or 4 episodes, I've lost over 30 pounds, which is crazy.
Dude, what have you been doing?
I've been back dieting again. I just dropped everything that I loved and felt I deserved. I dropped it all and just went back to my chicken, fish, and broccoli and celery and chicken wings, whatever, and all my vegetables, and been pretty strict with it actually. Usually once a week now because I've reached my goal. I'll have a nice little treat, but it's probably been only 3 episodes since I've lost all the weight.
Dude, has that been tough for you?
No, it's so easy. I've done it over and over and over again, though.
You just keep back to the sweets.
Yeah, like here's how it happens. Like, I'm like, okay, I don't like what I see in the mirror. The next morning, I drop everything. I drop the sweets. I only drink water anyway, but
sure.
it's really the sweets and the fried food because I live in Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
So I drop it all and I just do this regimen to where it's like, super, super strict, especially in the first 2 months, because that's where I'm going to lose all my weight. And I had set a goal. I said, okay, in a month and a half, I'm going to lose at least 30 pounds. And it took a month and 4 days to do that.
Frank, I'm proud of you, man. That takes a lot of discipline because I know I can't keep away from the sweets and stuff. And mind you, I will say too that I too have been on kind of this yoga meditation, getting myself better. I see myself in the mirror now and I'm okay with it. And I'm starting to use more body positive words, especially. Yeah, my whole life has been definitely a struggle with my weight and just my overall appearance. But I feel like I'm now in my early 30s.
Oh, watch it now.
Am I actually getting comfortable with myself and comfortable with my body? I'm not saying that I'm the skinniest person in the world, not saying that I'm the fattest person in the world. I'm just at a good weight right now where I'm toned and I can feel it whenever I do my yoga sessions too. I can just feel how much inner strength I have too. But I am so proud of you, Frack. Are you doing anything else other than just cutting the diet? Are you doing any workouts or anything?
So because of my back situation, I'm not able to ever work out again. They said I'm not able to lift anything more than 5 pounds. I live Precious. She's 3.4. That's some exercise there. But no, literally no exercise. Of course, my walking around and things like that.
Right.
But as of lifting and everything, nothing like that at all. And I tell people it's good to exercise, especially if you want to tone up.
Sure.
Especially whenever you lose the weight, everything that's, you lose a little bit of your stomach and things. But if you, right now, I'm almost just a little over 190 at the moment. But if I toned up, I would be probably the skinniest person in the whole world. but you can definitely see a difference. I have a picture. I'm not going to show it on here because it's literally just like my body, but you can definitely see like the stomach and even my face, how the shape has changed.
Dude, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm proud of you that you took that step. It's hard. It's hard to do that, man. And
it's easy for me, but hard for many. You know, I'm telling you, it's not. And I tell people all the time, I said, it's not hard, you know, just don't eat that Snickers, bro. You know, instead of that Snickers, go for that Quest bar, bro.
Have you always been like that, Frack? Can you cut things out cold turkey like that?
Yeah, you know, and that's one reason I've never drank alcohol or smoked a cigarette in my life. Never tried either, because I felt like even though I don't have this addictive personality, I feel like something like that, which is so much heavier. Actually, it can be the same. It could be just as heavy as like food is, because people are addicted to eating after all, even the skinniest person, you know?
Sure.
And I am addicted to eating. Although my stomach is like this now. So like, you know, I have to think about what I'm going to eat, because if I have 2 tenders, well, I better have a little bit of broccoli in there, because I can't have 3 tenders because I'm going to get too full, you know? But yeah, I've always been like this. I've always been able to just drop things cold turkey, and you know, it's easy, but I know so many people that it's not easy, and I understand. I mean, I can especially like say, hey, Denise, you can't eat cheesecake anymore. You can't have that Snickers. You can't have that Twix.
No, never.
You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and go. Like I'll tell you this. I have a friend of mine who's in his well, he actually passed away from cancer, but before that, for years, you know, he was a bad diabetic, very skinny man, smaller than I am, believe it or not, super thin and tiny. He had diabetes, and they said you can't have any sweets or nothing. He said, you know, doc, I'm at that time he was almost in his 80s. I lived a good life, and I'm going to continue living a good life. And he lived for about another 15 years, so. You know, it worked out. Actually, I'm sorry, 16 years. He was like 70, 71 then. So it worked out excellent for him. And, you know, he had his ice cream, you know, he had his fried fish, and, you know, and everything else.
Well, being a diabetic, I think you have to be a little conscious about those things. Like, you know, taking your medicine and stuff is what I mean.
Yeah.
But no, Frack, I'm really proud of you, man. That's a huge step. And I think a lot of people just need to be more, just positive about themselves, you know, kind of just like taking that step and bettering yourself.
And that's the way. I mean, because I know, man, look, you know, I'll be honest with you, about 11, 12 days into it, my cravings for every little thing goes away. I don't crave anything. I don't want anything. The thought of eating a cheesecake slice makes me sick. Literally, my brain, it takes usually about 11 to 12. And this is for most people, believe it or not. And I've helped a lot of people obtain their results by doing the same thing. I said, if you can make it 12 days, you can make it 75 days, because after 12 days, you know, you go in the fridge and you start feeling sick to your stomach, looking at, you know, some of the bad food, and, you know, and it's a good thing, because as you know, I love cheesecake. I'm addicted to cheesecake. But I'm 3 months sober of cheesecake, and, you know, it's,
are there meetings for that, Frack? Are there,
you know, there's just Reddit and Facebook groups and everything else, but I guess there is meetings.
That's insane though. No, I'm super proud of you, dude, and you look great. I'm so happy for you, and I'm, like I said, I'm just glad to be here, man. I'm glad to talk to you again, man. It feels like 15 years since we.
I know, you know, and like I said, I kind of struggle without you being here, because our conversations just flow. They just go. And I mean that, Denise. Like when I watch you on Monday Cinema Club, I'm like, I can't wait for Fridays or Thursday or whenever we record.
Right.
You know? And I know we're both busy, because look, you know, another thing that I've just been doing lately was I woke up. I didn't wake up one morning, but I was thinking about buying a motorcycle for a while now, and I got the opportunity to go buy a 2022 Honda 125
Caleb,
Trail.
wait, Frack, hold on. You're telling me that you just bought a motorcycle, dude?
Yeah. You want to see it? It's right here.
Dude, what?
Yeah, I bought a it looks like a scooter, but it's a motorcycle. It's Honda's best, like, one, I guess you can say. Not the best motorcycle, but they're like scooter form. I got a call saying, hey, come get your bike, it's ready. And I went over there like a week and a half ago, and I just bought it, man.
I'm picturing more of like I wouldn't say a scooter, but kind of like a European motorcycle. You know how like European
Yeah, that's what it basically is.
I think that's awesome, dude. I wouldn't have pegged you as like a motorcycle bike type of fan.
I watch a lot of car movies, and I've always wanted to do those crazy stunts,
I just finished the James Bond series, the newest one with Daniel Craig. And
I started it the other night and I forgot to finish it.
They're good. They're good. I suggest you continue to watch them. It's a good epic like James Bond thing. But dude, all of their cars, and I'm just like savoring. Just all of the cars, all of the stunts in there. I'm like, I want to do that so bad.
Well, now I can. I can live your dream.
Don't jump off any bridges anytime here soon.
Oh no, that's crazy. No, it's been really cool. A lot of things are just changing in my life, and for the good, nothing for the bad. And but yeah, it's just been really busy. People asked me yesterday and even this morning why I haven't been doing any episodes. And I said, I've been working a lot till, late at night, and coming home, I just don't have the time because I go to bed, and then 4 or 5 hours later, I'm going back to work. But I said, I do try my best to do this because I love it. It's not going away. This is no work. This is just me and Denise having a conversation, catching up on everything we've been doing. And it's just been a fun ride. I think this is episode 20 though. I'm 100% sure now this is episode 20. So I mean, 20 episodes, and you've been in the majority of them.
And dude, I'm grateful every single day for it, Frack, to be honest with you. I'm grateful for the friends that I have around me currently. I'm going through some heavy times right now, but there's also a lot of good that's coming into my life too. The Frack and Friends show, Monday Cinema Club is always like a great outlet for me. And my other jobs too. I work at a brewery, so I sling beers all the time, and I just get to do this basically. I get to like just talk to people and be myself. And a lot of crazy things have been happening with me, but also a lot of good things. I can't forget that ever. That I'm just grateful to be a part of these shows, man. A part of the internet life.
Isn't it crazy though? Because when people said, "Oh, well, COVID is not being much reported in much, these days, so everything's just going to end and go back to normal." But man, like, this is my normal. Like, coming on here, having conversations with people, talking about our lives, and the things we do. And that's one thing I kind of want to touch on now is you said it perfectly. Like, you've been through some rough times lately, but there's always somewhere or something to find an escape through. And so what growing up, when you even went through tough times, just growing up in general, what was like the escape for you?
Honestly, movies and TV.
Oh, nice. I was going to say that too.
It really is. It really is. my passion for movies has started since I was young, dude, and it was seeing movies on TV, like TBS. I don't know if you remember that station at all.
Of course, Family Matters.
Yep, Family Matters, but they also had like this awesome, like, I don't even know if it was like weekend or late night things. They had like a show called Dinner and a Movie. And
oh, yes, indeed.
They played a movie, and then through the commercial breaks, they would make a dish of that had like a silly pun of whatever movie it was, and those types of shows just kind of shaped who I am. Like I wanted to host for like most of my life. I'm doing what I want.
Totally.
And it all credits back to just watching TV, man, and just being so inspired by these people who are doing it already, who have done it already. Yeah, that's what I got, man. Movies and TV has always shaped my life. Even now, it's continuing to shape my life.
Absolutely. And I feel the exact same way. I don't even have to elaborate on it because I feel the exact same way as you. I mean, you know, when I was getting bullied or when bad things would happen, there was always, you know, music and movies for me. And man, like, and that's one thing I kind of miss about those days too, right? Like, I miss the escaping. Like, I find when I go see movies today, there's not a lot of like the feeling of escaping from something. Like, you know, there's not many movies that can take things off my mind today versus when I was younger, when I was a teenager.
Yes.
Everything was just so new and fresh and fascinating. You know, like, you know, we're living in the days in the digital age, you know, where everything is digital.
Right.
And, you know, and it's a great thing, but it's also a bad thing because right now I'm trying to go through She-Hulk. And when I say I'm trying,
wowzers,
I'm trying. It's
Bless
just getting
heart,
worse.
Bless your heart, my dude.
Excuse me. It's getting worse and worse. And I tried watching Thor last night, the new one. I got about 14 or 16 minutes into it. And I said, I just can't do it. Like, I just can't, you know, I understand it's aimed for 2-year-olds, I guess, but
like quite literally though, Frack, I think that every movie that's come out has belittled their audience.
Yes, that's how I felt. I felt insulted when I saw the Hulk, or I'm sorry, even like, you know, Abomination or the Hulk himself. Like, I felt insulted to see those characters I grew up with become pacifists.
Yeah, just trash.
Like just trash the characters. And, you know, growing up, let's talk about that real quick. But like growing up, right, we had the X-Men, right? And don't get me wrong, 3 was not the greatest, but my goodness, 1 and that, you know, that 2.
And don't even put the animated series on there too. The animated show.
100%. 100%. But like, you know, we grew up with, you know, for us, our Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire, will forever always be
through and through.
And you know, we grew up with these different people, and you can watch those movies today, and you can say this is fantastic. Especially,
I literally just did that with Spider-Man the other day.
Oh, come on!
Literally, dude.
What were your thoughts after rewatching it all this time?
It was awesome, dude. I was like, this is what a superhero movie should be. Straight to the point, no like weird fillers coming in. Like, they knew their audience wanted Spider-Man.
Yes.
And they gave it to me.
And you know, they got a little big-headed with number 3.
Agreed.
You know?
Agreed.
But number 2, it's so weird. Okay, so back in the day, the sequel was always better than the first. For so many movies, right? X-Men 2, masterpiece. I don't say that word lightly. Spider-Man 2, even today, top of the list of all Marvel, you know, cinematic, whatever, everything just kills it, you know? And yeah, I mean, it's so weird because now, and maybe it's because we're older, maybe, but even like people like my nieces who are younger, a lot younger than I, or a lot younger than us, they feel the same way. Like, this is terrible. It's heartbreaking, man.
So on this week's Monday Cinema Club, we are doing Dead Poets Society, and that movie, if you guys don't know, go watch it. It is such a beautifully done movie. It's one of Robin Williams' best. It's an 89 movie, but as I was watching it, I was like, dude, this is what a movie is supposed to do. It's supposed to make me think. It's supposed to make me like inspirational. Like, this movie made me want to be great. And I'm not even lying to you, Frack. This is one of the reasons why I'm here today, because it took me a little bit of time to actually respond back to you and stuff. But I watched that movie and I was like, dude, I'm inspired right now to just be creative and be me. And that's what a good movie is supposed to do, dude.
Yes. My goodness. You guys... And that's this coming week, or
that's this upcoming Monday. For those of you watching live, it's 9/12. I think that September 12th. We're doing a live on Dead Poets Society. It was an amazing movie.
That movie, I'm telling you, you hit it on the head. If you want to be inspired, if you don't think you can do something, if you don't think you can jump off this cliff into the water, like, watch that movie, and afterwards you will jump, without hesitation. And I'm talking about just jumping into a lake, by the way. Let me just put that out there. But yeah, it's, my goodness, wow, that's another thing. That is perfectly well said. Like, where are these movies and TV shows that bring inspiration to its audiences? And look, I'm a big, and I told you before, but I'm a huge independent fan for all the, A24, different people like that who do tremendous films. But the majority of the audience isn't going to watch an A24 movie. They're going to go to the theater and see something, But
Rock and Love or whatever,
Rock and Roll Thunder or something.
I don't know what's happening, dude.
That was really, and don't get me wrong, I've never liked any of the Thors, but Ragnarok was what I thought was the worst. No, I thought it was like slipping on banana peel kind of comedy. It was like, wait a minute, is this Thor or is this, Pippi Longstocking? And it sucks because, I don't know, I feel like just going to the movie and enjoying something. But lately, I'll tell you another one that's really good if you want a good recommendation. Elvis.
So I didn't finish watching it. I'm about maybe 3/4 of the way through, and yeah, beautifully done movie.
Yeah.
That is a whole experience. Elvis is a whole experience. I think it was a tidbit too long for my pleasure viewing. I had to pause it a few times, but you know what? It was good. It was good. And they're doing something different with the story, and I'm okay with that. Anything different, Frack, please just give me something different other than reboots and like sequels of the same freaking thing, please.
So reboots are getting out of control again. For a while it was kind of quiet, but I'm going to tell you this. Last night I started Pinocchio. On Disney.
The Disney one?
I got about 20 minutes into it, and I was like, you know what? I need to just gain my composure and understand what I'm watching. I don't know if this is like a parody. Like, I don't really know. Like, I don't really know. It was very confusing, but I'm gonna finish it today. But this is right after I watched like 15 minutes of Thor. So I was upset already, and I was taking out my anger on Pinocchio, and I shouldn't have because he's not a real boy.
Mood. I get that though, because it's just obnoxious to see all the time, dude. Like, I feel like all of these reboots are not needed, but they're doing it anyways.
I mean, even continuations. Sometimes one movie's enough.
I'll give you the perfect example. Lightyear. Sorry for those folks who liked it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I tried my whole heart to be open, but I was like, this is the most unnecessary thing that has happened to Toy Story. Like, why? Why?
You know, and which leads me to this question about that topic is, what do you think about these the movie industry destroying our childhood one character at a time?
One character at a time. I'm really upset. I think literally the other day when I was watching that Spider-Man movie, I was like, dang, dude, this is what I wanted to see when I was a kid. Like literally comic books to movie. X-Men did the same thing, like comic book style into movie. And now they're just out for the money, and everything has been about the money. I feel like when it was back in our time, I feel like it was about genuinely entertaining people.
Yeah.
But now, again, they've just belittled the audience so much to the point of like, oh, you like this explosion? Okay, I'm going to give you 5 explosions in this.
I'm going to give you Transformers quality.
I feel like every movie after Transformers has been Michael Bay. Like,
yeah, I mean, you know, I tell people all the time, you don't need Michael Bay. I said, I mean, he's, you know, his presence is not needed because every movie reminds me of it. And, you know, but I don't know. I just, you know, it really is really heartbreaking in a way. Cause like in the 90s, you know, we had all our favorite, our movies or our favorite characters, I should say. And, you know, some of them were not the greatest movies ever, but watching them, they're so much better than what we're getting today.
It's entertainment, dude. Even, listen, I'm going to throw it back to the Tick movie.
Oh, wow.
The Tick movie, it was just for pure entertainment. Or Dick Tracy. Those types of movies were just silly, but they stayed true and kind of paid homage to what they were spoofing, you know? I don't know if that makes sense or not, but just come on, man. Pay a little respect on things, and don't make me feel like an idiot for going to pay like $15 at the movie theater.
They're no longer $3.75 at my theater.
No, dude. And it's a lucky day if you go on like $5 Tuesday or something. Because that's all I'm paying for movies now. The only movie that has knocked me off of my socks or knocked me out of my seat lately has been Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I will stand by that rock. That's been one of the most original movies that has come out, and who made me feel smarter and inspired at the end too. We're going back to the inspiration.
That's 100% right. Yep.
Anytime where a movie gives you thought-provoking stuff, gives you inspiration, like that's the good stuff. And I'm talking about even the television series back in our days, all that inspired me to be an actor, to be outgoing. Like all of those shows give me inspiration. Nowadays, Squid Games isn't giving me inspiration for anything.
I hope not. I mean, I would be very afraid if so. I'm inspired by Squid Games. To do what?
I don't want to know that person.
I hope I never meet them.
But no, just inspiration, dude. That's what good movies do, good shows do. They inspire you to be greater and to seize the day, man. Carpe diem.
Seize the day.
Carpe diem.
So, okay, this is going to be the last subject we're going to talk about because this is going to be a short episode.
Mini episode.
I do want to get to, you know, we just talked about inspiration or being inspired by things, but you know, the music industry has changed drastically as well, right? You know, let's take it back to when we were kids. You know, as a kid, I was listening to George Jones or. Nope, I lied. Tom Jones, Engelbert Humperdinck, Moody Blues, Bee Gees, you know, Foreigner. I mean, just, you know, of course, you know, that's early. Then, of course, the 90s bands, you know, Backstreet Boys and, you know, everybody you just want to, you know, who's really, really good. But today, you know, it's like all these people who are, I'm not going to say not talented because I think that would be mean, but then again, it might be true.
Yeah. There's a fine line, Frack. There's a fine line between talented and just pure luck. How did you get here?
I mean, look at, you know, oh, wait, sorry. Which brings me to my point. Like, okay, so you had the music industry, but you also had these viral videos growing up for you and me, right? Once we hit our teen years and YouTube came out and different things, what was the biggest viral video memory for you from something that went viral?
I think the first, for some reason, this is coming up. It's this internet YouTube thing that was to the song Fallout, the Sugar We're Going Down, and it was Fall Out Boy. Okay. But it was like, I don't like pixel art, and it was just the lyrics of Sugar We're Going Down, but it was completely wrong. Like it was wow. Yeah, but it was super hilarious. Look it up sometime. It's one of the oldest like YouTube videos out there. It's just like these stick figures. I think they say Tula or something like that instead of like the actual thing. But I think those and the videos that would make you stare and then something creepy would pop out and you're like, oh my god. Those are like the only two, and Homestar Runner for some reason. Homestar Runner was a huge one for me.
Wow, I haven't thought about any of those three. I was thinking about those. I was thinking about viral videos earlier, and I was thinking about how, like, you had, you know, growing up for us, it was, you know, Rebecca Black Friday.
Oh my god,
Friday would probably be number one, maybe number two, but then you also had Antoine Dodson's Bedroom Intruder interview go viral and remix.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. Yes.
I mean, you know, like, wow.
That was during the Vine times too, I'm pretty sure.
That's right. Bring back the Vine. Man, don't bring back the times. Bring back the Vine.
Man. I know, dude. And TikTok is trying to be Vine so bad. Yeah. But I think, you know, going back to it, Frack, I think music and videos collided.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Vine was a bad thing, but it made an avenue towards TikTok where everything now is directed towards TikTok. Music is directed towards TikTok. Movies is directed towards TikTok. All of these short blips that are like in your face, blam.
Oh yeah.
It's all for the TikTok, man. And
hey guys, my name is Caleb. I'm going to crack an egg. There it is. 7 million views later.
It's just so tough, man. It's tough. This age. I could never be a teen right now. I think they have way too much to deal with. A lot of social media input. Like everything's in your face, man. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, and that's actually a really good point, is like, because growing up for us, sure, we were introduced. We were the first generation, right, to be introduced to such a thing of social media, and it wasn't all bad, and it still isn't all bad, but there is so much more out there.
There's just trash out there, man. I think back when we were there, it was just like the MySpace, just putting your feelings online.
Hey guys, going to the store, I bought a cool little watch.
Let me blog about it really quick on my Senga or something.
MySecretJournal.com, you know.
But yeah, no, you're right. I think there's just a lot of things out there, and social media is just taken over, man. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because social media introduced us together. I think
we would have never met. I'm 100% confident we would have never met.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I love social media, but I also really don't like it because there's just a lot of, you got to maneuver and navigate your way towards the good things.
And that's exactly what I do. I'm not usually, the only thing I have Facebook for is for Messenger and for the show.
Yeah.
So I typically don't like spend my hours or days scrolling anyone's, through the feed, the wall. And so, but when people say to look at something, I go look at it. But I just don't want any of that. You know, I want to live a peaceful life and not have so much, you know, information in my head and about how to crack an egg or, you know, watch me jump in a pool, you know, and I'm like, I can go do that
You've
myself.
been using this trash can all wrong your whole life.
Oh, yes.
Jesus Christ.
Those right there, like, you see, I have TikTok, but I don't, I might get on it every 2-3 months, maybe once, but I don't typically like to be on it because of that, especially when they have things that are not real and people try them and they're like, well, I cracked the egg in 4 corners and it didn't, it just sprayed everywhere. It didn't stay in, and, you know, just things like that, man. You know, I mean, we're not supposed to be listening. You know, back in the day, we were told not to believe everything that's on the internet. And so,
people should still abide by that, by the way.
They should really, you know, they should really have that, you know, whenever you first get into TikTok, it should say, don't believe everything that you're seeing, you know.
That'd be a great warning. I fully agree with that, because there's been so many things, dude, so many things. But yeah, dude, life just ain't as simple as it once was, Frack.
Bring back the times.
Bring back the times, dude. I don't know. I also miss commercials. Fact of the day. I don't know. TV, not like these ads like that they spray you with on YouTube.
Oh, now, okay. But like, real commercials.
Yeah, not like ads, real commercials.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm just a huge commercial fan.
Do you miss the best commercial ever? Baby bottle pops, baby bottle pops, baby bottle pops. Lick it and something.
Lick the bottle, dip it and shake it. I think it was.
Shake it. Yeah, that's it too. That was the correct version. Yes. I missed those. Those are fun. Or what about whenever you would water the person's head or the mold's head and like grass would grow out of it.
Ooh, yeah, dude. Yes. I think most of my brain memory has those commercial jingles to it.
100%. 100%. Look, you know, there's so much to talk about. There's so much to say. Like I say, even if we do a 3-hour episode, we'd still be going at it.
It would be still happening.
But there is always a thing called another episode in another week.
All down.
As always, you're invited, you know.
Thank you, Frack. I appreciate you, dude. And like I said, this show is a special place in my heart, and I will be back. Don't worry.
Oh, you're supposed to say it like Arnold, though.
I'll be back. That was my
very good.
Arnold.
I mean, you know, it wasn't that great, but it wasn't that bad. So, all right, guys, this is the Frack and Friend show. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Woo.